Hello again. This is Jonathan, and this is going to be my breath and movement for this morning. If you'd like to join me, do so on a yoga mat. You may be sitting on a cushion. That's okay. You don't need to. For this, I'm not going to be, because I plan to do a little bit of movement starting from this posture, sitting in seated position, letting your hips, your sits bone, relax. Let everything relax that's touching the ground. And begin by visualizing a root growing from the base of your spine into the ground, a root, a tail, whatever is comfortable for you to visualize, connecting, growing into the ground, allowing you to feel more rooted. And we're going to begin by breathing into this space and connecting with our breath and the ground. And we're going to be here for a few minutes fostering this connection. And we're going to do a lot of deep breathing. We're going to inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. Inhale is going to be 3 to 5 seconds. Exhale is going to be 7 to 9 seconds, give or take. And we're going to begin by doing 4 breaths in this way. And so exhale all of your air out and inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale gently through the nose. Returning to a breath that suits you in the moment. Re-engage with rooting through the sits bone, the visualization of growing a root into the ground. And then add balancing a plate on top of your head, imaginary plate, of course, but all that to say we're not pulling our neck back or forward or any other way. We are balancing a plate on top of our head and extending that plate up into the sky, elongating the spine in the process. And once we found this elongation, the shoulders just kind of naturally roll back, and let them do so. Let them roll comfortably back as you breathe deeper and deeper into the engagement, into the ground, through the spine, the root of your spine, up through the crown of your head into the sky, and relaxing everything else that doesn't need to be engaged. Let your deep breath guide to where is most comfortable. That's the position that you should be in, is the most comfortable position, while simply fostering a root through the sits bone, through the crown, and relaxing everything else. And we're going to do another 4 counts. 3 to 5 second inhale, 7 to 9 second exhale. Exhale all of your air. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, and again resume gentle breathing that suits you in the moment. After a few more breaths, we're going to take our next movement. It's going to be folding forward from this seated position, folding across our crossed legs, being mindful to fold at the hips, not trying to wrench over your stomach or anything else. You want to fold from the hips. And if you reach resistance, you want to stop. Never force anything. And so exhale all of the air. Inhale, bring your hands up. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward from our hips. Landing wherever you land. Remembering that it's from the hips. If you feel any tension, back off. Let your breath guide you into an open and comfortable posture. And if you can fold deeper, feel free on the next exhale to fold a little deeper. And we're going to take a few breaths here naturally. Then on the next inhale, we're going to come back up. Exhale, find that rooted feeling again into the sits bone, into the ground, up through the crown of the head, and relax here for a couple of breaths. Once you've really relaxed and taken a couple of breaths in this posture, re-engaging those connections, ground, sky, relax. We're going to do some neck rolls, and the key to neck rolls is go slow and shallow to begin. You want to be very careful not to injure your neck as you begin to rotate your neck around one direction. Be gentle, be slow and deliberate with each rotation. If you need to do something with the breath, when we inhale, usually that's when we're coming forward, inhaling and peaking about the top of the rotation, and beginning to exhale, finishing the exhale at the bottom of the rotation. It's not necessary, but if you need something for the breath to do, inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back. It's sometimes useful to breathe and connect the breath with the movement because it allows you to be honest in keeping the movement slow and deliberate. What you don't want to do is move your neck too quickly, especially while we're warming up here. And when you found good motion in this direction at the top of the next rotation, we're going to switch directions gently. And this side is going to feel different versus the other rotation. Remember to start shallow. Remember to be deliberate and slow and kind to yourself with every movement. And once we have good mobility left and right, clockwise and counterclockwise, give the neck a couple of looks left and right, up and down to the left and right. Be gentle. And then I'm going to fold forward again. Inhale up and fold forward as we exhale. Being careful not to force anything. Feel free to back off if anything feels not right for any reason. Inhale forward. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Breathe here again for a few deep, even breaths. On the next inhale, we're going to come up again and re-engage with our connection to the ground, to the sky, shoulders relaxing, relaxing everything else. Gentle, connected breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth, no particular count. And the next position, the next posture is going to be child's pose. And so however you get there, move slowly and deliberately into child's pose in a way that suits you. And if you aren't sure what that looks like, you can follow along. I like to spend a little time setting up by sitting on my heels momentarily, engaging that connection that we'll ultimately want when we reach forward into child's pose. You want to be more or less sitting on your heels, or at least your heels pointed backwards. If it's too much on the knees to sit on the heels, you can create a little space with a blanket or a pillow. Try not to go too high up on the knees. You don't want to create a point that creates tension on the knees. But if you need a little space, take some space. If you're comfortable sitting on your heels, breathe here for a moment. If you're already in child's pose, just breathe into the position and relax what you need to relax, which is everything. If you're here with me, we're now going to gently start to engage through the palms, keeping the elbows pointed downward and gently sliding forward, keeping that engagement through the palms. And eventually landing on our forehead, third eye, however you want to visualize it. If you feel like you may need to come forward with the hands more, engage through the palms, breathe deeply, and gently stretch forward. And then relaxing on the next inhale or exhale. Each inhale is an opportunity to massage something in the body. Each exhale, an opportunity to relax more deeply into this posture. We're going to do a little bit of breath work here again. 3 to 5 second inhale through the nose, 7 to 9 second exhale through the mouth. Exhale all of the air. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose deeply but gently, returning to deep breathing that suits you, no particular count, just deep breathing through the nose, out the mouth. Let each inhale massage something that needs to relax. Let each exhale be an opportunity to relax more fully into the posture you are in. Let the posture do the work. Let the breath do the work. Let the breath guide the posture and the position that fits your body. Breathe into tension. Avoid pain or overstressing. Sometimes it's helpful to wiggle a little gently, making sure you've relaxed as much as you can relax. You can always re-engage through the palms, reaching forward just a little. Breathe deeply. And on the exhale, relaxing again. Sometimes a good check to make sure that you're as relaxed as you can be, which is what we're going for here. Another couple breaths here. The next posture I'm going to move into from here is going to be tabletop. And when we're ready to move on the inhale, you're going to gently come up into tabletop, the goal being the shoulders over the palms engaged and flat on the mat, our hips over our knees, and relaxing anything that doesn't need to be stressed. And so on the next inhale, we're going to come up into the tabletop. Bring the knees in just a little. Exhale. Inhale. Foster the engagement through the palm into the mat. Exhale, wiggle a little side to side. Relax into tabletop. When we inhale next, we're going to drop the belly and roll forward. When we exhale, we're going to bring the belly up and in and let the head drop. And we're going to inhale and exhale like this a few times, getting some mobility in the spine. And so we're going to inhale, belly drops. Exhale, belly pulls in. Head drops. Inhale, belly drops. Head comes up. Exhale, bring the belly in. Let the head drop. Inhale, belly drops. Head pops. Exhale, belly in, head down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to neutral. Let your spine guide what you still need. Go side to side, a little more up, down. Be gentle and deliberate, but explore motion in the spine. And once we found some good motion, we're going to come back into seated and feel what has changed. Be slow heading back to sitting on the mat. And we're going to re-engage with our breath here again, feeling what has changed from the last time we were sitting. And so we're going to engage through the root of our spine, relaxing our sit bone into the mat again. Breathe into that. Re-engage, balancing the plate, engaging the crown into the sky, rolling the shoulders back, and relaxing everything that doesn't need to be involved in elongating the spine gently. We're going to do another set of a 3 to 5 second inhale through the nose, 7 to 9 second exhale through the mouth. Exhale all your air. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale gently through the nose. Return to a breath that fits you best in this moment. And we're going to be here for a couple of minutes, just breathing however feels most right in this moment for you. You'll probably find that you're much more relaxed in this posture than when we first got here. I know most mornings for me, until I breathe for about this long, I just can't relax my shoulders. And the breath is very useful for me in relaxing everything over time. And it takes a little time. The breath is an excellent masseuse. Breathe into any tension that still exists. Each inhale, an opportunity to massage what needs massaging. Each exhale, an opportunity to relax whatever is still tense. To finish up here, we're going to take one more seated forward fold and feel how that is also different. Remember to hinge from the hips. Remember to be gentle and back off if it feels like too much tension or too much for your back or anything that might be too much for. And so inhale up and exhale forward, forward, fold forward, hinging from the hips. And breathe into this posture. Relax. Relax and breathe into this position, whatever is best for your body. On the next inhale, we're going to come up again. Exhale, relax back into position, feeling the rootedness into the ground, raising the crown of the head up into the sky, elongating the spine and relaxing the shoulders. And we're going to breathe here for another couple breaths as we finish out. If you want to spend more time here, feel free to do so. Feel free to practice more timed breaths if you'd like, or simply relax here. If you need to give the mind something to do, remember your breath and embody the feeling of your breath. Allow your deep breathing to become the focus of your present moment. Allow it to root you in the present moment. Thanks for joining me this morning. See you soon. I love you all.